Hello?
Hello, Christian Prince.
How are you, my friend?
I'm very well, thank you very much. I just want to ask one question, if you could possibly answer it, please.
All right.
In the Quran, is there any verses that show that Allah's omniscience is not perfect, that he's in fact lacking knowledge?
Oh, all the Quran. That's a harder question, my friend. I will spend the coming 10 years to answer you. I mean, can't you find something easier? It's like you know, they ask once how many people die in Algeria, how many people die in the Second World War II. The guy, he said, 100 million. The second question was coming. They said, well, this is not a question. The question is, can you tell us their names?
No, I mean, for example, if a Muslim says, why did God ask Adam if he ate from the fruit in the garden if he was all knowledgeable? Is there any equivalent verse in the Quran where God has to ask questions because it seems as though he's not all knowledgeable?
This question is not a reason to think that Allah is not all knowledgeable, because sometime, for the sake of conversation, you can make a statement saying, and God, he said to Adam, why you did that? It's just because they want to show you the other side of the story, what Adam said, you know. That is not really the proof of Allah know or not. But you can find that Allah do not know, as an example, when he said that 100 of you can win against 1,000, and then the Muslim, they lost the war. So then he said, for now, Allah, he enlightened your task, for he found that you have a weakness on you. So 100 of you can fight against 200. So that is a clear you know, lack of knowledge. Same as all the other things, like how the sun set, where the sun set, where the sun come from, sunset in murky water, rise in the, you know. So all of those prove that Allah have no knowledge. Or let us say Mary is the daughter of Umran. Who is Umran? Umran is the name coming from Umram, which is the father of Moses. So when the Quran in different verse says Mary is the sister of Aaron, and the Muslim, they try to defend that, they say, oh, in the time of old days they used to say, oh, sister of etc., because like it's a tradition. But
is this a lie?
Yeah, but because we cannot avoid that the Quran says stated clearly that Mary, she have a father, his name is Umran, and this is the same father of Moses. So this is not a traditional thing. This was a historian mistake. So the knowledge of Allah, obviously exposed by the knowledge of Muhammad, who says stupid things about Allah knows best, but yet Allah, he do not even know who is the real father of Mary, you know, and who is the real brother of Mary.
Right.
So all the Quran proven to us that that the God of Islam have no idea, which is Muhammad, what he's talking about. You know.
Right.
Yeah. This is why I said to you, I have to recite the whole Quran for you to answer your question. From the first chapter Muslim they recite in the Quran is Al-Fatiha, right? But the first chapter was given to Muhammad is Iqra, which means read. Okay, if we ask the Muslims what read mean, they say to you recite, but doesn't make sense. The word Iqra does not mean recite, because recite is something you recite from the memory. But Muhammad did not receive Quran yet to recite from the memory. So how he said to him recite? They say, oh, it means read then. Okay, but doesn't make sense, because Muhammad do not know how to write, how to read. And why he say I cannot read, you know? So if Allah is all knowledgeable, don't you know Muhammad, he cannot recite and he cannot read whatever it is? So what you are saying to him to make a miracle? Muhammad is still cannot recite. Imagine I say to I'm an angel of God, and I say to a person read. You say I cannot read. Okay, so and I squeeze him again. Read. I can't read. Okay, I squeeze you. So what? Why he is squeezing him? If the guy, even if you squeeze him 1,000 times, he will not read anyway. You know, it's just a stupid story. So all the Quran from the beginning to the end is a chain, the same as the chain of Allah. He will insert it in the anus of the Muslim in the judgment day. It's a chain of stupidity, full of garbage, and either you take it or leave it. You know, you cannot discuss. This is how Islam is. You cannot discuss the stupidity of Islam if you are a Muslim. You have to take it as it is. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
CP, what's your favorite contradiction in the Quran that you feel like
the Quran,
no Muslim has ever given a good answer for?
The Quran.
No, I mean like 2 verses in the Quran which
I
is
told
in
you the
complete
Quran,
contradiction.
all of it is the first word in the Quran is the Quran. That's the contradiction, because the word Quran does not exist. You know, in Arabic, when you say qara'a, qarra wa ra'a, ra'a mean he saw. So how we can Quran, how we can call it Quran if Muhammad he never saw it and he never read it, because he have to see it first, then he read it. You know what I mean? The word qara'a is coming from the Aramaic, which means qarra wa ra'a. Qarra is you move your lips to say something, and then you say what you saw with your eyes, all right, which means reading. This is what a qara'a mean. So how he can read it if the angel did not deliver to him a paper to read? So the name is wrong. That's why I'm saying to you the Quran from the beginning, everything.
Right.
All the Quran is a joke. Anything else?
Right. Okay. I should have made my question a lot more simpler, but thank you anyways.
It's not your fault. It's my fault. Your question can work with different person, but with me it's hard to work. You know.
Okay.
All right, my friend. Thank you. Thank you for calling. All right. Yeah, you know, the whole Quran is a joke. I mean, what I can say. If there is a favorite joke I have about the Quran, you know, there is a there is a smart Abdul. He was walking in the field and he saw a shepherd and he have a lot of sheep. He told the shepherd, if I tell you how many sheep you have by one look, do you promise me to give me the biggest one? He said, well, yeah, sure. The guy, he looked, he said 110. The shepherd, he said, wow, how you can do that? I said, I can. I said, okay, when now I have to keep my promise, go and get the biggest one. So the guy, he went and he get the biggest one, and then when he came back with the biggest sheep he chose, supposedly, the shepherd, he said to him, are you willing to give me back the sheep if I tell you where are you from or what you believe? He said, sure. He said, he said to him, you are a Muslim. The guy, he said, wow, how you know? He said, because this is not my sheep, this is a dog who guard the sheep. You grab the dog, my friend. I told you to go and grab the biggest sheep, not the biggest dog. This is what the Muslims do. They think they are grabbing a sheep, but they are grabbing a dog, and they think they are smart. I can count for you all those sheep you have. Wow. But he cannot even recognize the dog from the sheep. And this is how a Muslim try to present himself, that he is the one who could recognize the real God from the fake God, and the true book from the corrupt book, when he himself don't even have a prophet. Have you ever heard of a prophet have no prophecy, and his prophecy is stupid? Like, the judgment day is near and the moon is split, but there is no moon split, and there's judgment day is not near, because he said that 1400 years ago. A prophet, he said that Christian and Jews, they will go to heaven, and then he says that the Christian and Jews, they will go to hell. A prophet who said that alcohol is bad, and then he said that alcohol is good, and then he said that alcohol will be in heaven. What kind of a prophet we have? A prophet, he said the book of Allah preserved, but then we find that the goat is eating the Quran, and Muhammad himself did not preserve the Quran, and then Uthman is the one who wrote it, and he burned all the other Quran, but yet it's Allah who preserved the Quran. But how Allah preserved the Quran if the Quran we have is Uthman Quran? Everything about this man is stupid, and not to mention, you know, the scientific mistakes, history mistakes, you name it. I cannot find anything right in the whole religion of Islam. You see, even those who look good, like there's some verses in the Quran speaking about, like let us say the parents, those is coming from the Bible. You see, the Bible is very very strict in respecting your parents, very strict. The punishment in the Old Testament for respecting your parents, if you don't respect them, is death. This is how strict it is. It's not a joke. So they might try to say to you, if the Quran is the book of the devil, so then how come there is some good teaching in it? Well, nobody will make the whole dish full of poison. In order to make a dish good to kill you, I will put the poison in the dish, not the dish in the not the food in the poison, which means supposedly the poison should be few drops, and the food, the healthy food, should be the majority of the food you will eat. But in the case of Islam, actually, even that is not correct, because the majority of the food in Islam is poisoned, not only few drop of because what the benefit of saying to me respect your parents, and then you say to me that women they come in the image of a devil and they live in the image of the devil? Isn't it my mother is my parent? How you say to me respect your parent, and then you say to me women come in the image of a devil and live in the image of the devil? That is not a respect for the parents, because my mother is a woman. So Islam is a satanic religion, give you some ideas stolen from others to make you believe that it have good value. Do charity. I mean, okay, when you see the Quran speaking about charity, you think that there is a real charity there, but the charity in the Quran is about going and stealing from the Christians and the Jews and the neighbors and then give the money to someone else who's a Muslim. That is not charity. That is a theft. Right? The Quran says that Quran is against adultery, but the Quran, all of it is about adultery. Muhammad himself is the first adulteress. How many women he have out of marriage, without marriage? How many women he have above the number of marriage? The Muslim, they say to you, the Quran make it clear that every Muslim he have to marry, he cannot marry more than 4. Okay, how many wives Muhammad he have? And he is the first Muslim. The Muslims agree it is 13 at least. Okay, how it is he is the first Muslim and he is the best example for Islam, but yet he is not the follower of Islam? They say to you he's above the law. Thank you very much. A person who is above the law, he cannot be a person to be the example of the law. Are we following, guys? Are we following? If I want to say to you I am the best example for you, and then I am above the law, so example of what? How you say to them, if you have more than 4 women, I will kill you, and then you yourself you have more than 4 women. You see, even Jesus, who is the Christian, worship him as God. He never broke the law. Correct? He is God, but yet he did not break the law. So the Christians, they have someone who they believe he is God, but yet he is not breaking the law. How many people he killed? How many people he raped? How many people he Jesus never broke anything. Muhammad is a prophet of God, teaching you to obey God, but yet he is the last one to obey God because God worked for him. The whole idea of Islam, it is a religion to serve a guy, his name is Muhammad. Have nothing to do with God. God does not exist in this cult. It is Muhammad. All of it is made for one reason. Muhammad. The sex of Muhammad, the money of Muhammad, the women of Muhammad. When you ask Muslims, Christian, they have monks. Christian, they have monks, and they don't get married. Okay. Why monks is not allowed in Islam? The Quran says that this is their recreation. It's the lie of the Christians to have monks. All right. And why it is not? Muhammad, he said, the one who don't do nukah is not a Muslim. All right. If nukah mean marriage, and marriage mean family, Muhammad cannot have kids. So what is the purpose of him keeping marrying more and more women? Where is the family? I married the first woman, okay, and I cannot have kids. Why when I have the second one and the third one and the fourth? Because what the fourth one will give me, the first one cannot give, or the second one, or the third one. For family in Islam is not really the purpose. The purpose is sex. Who care for family in Islam? This is why the Quran says, go and if 2 and 3 and 4, and if you could not, then 1. which means the one who could not have more because he didn't have money, he get one, which means the normal thing for a Muslim is to have 4. But the one who cannot afford it, then you go for 1. But this is not what family is about. Family is about a man and a woman, and they have a children. God, when he created Adam, he created for him Eve, not Eves. Why I need to have Eves? What 2 women can do, a 1 woman cannot do. What 3 women can do, 1 woman cannot do. What is that for? So the purpose of marriage in Islam is not exist. The purpose of the purpose of this contract in Islam is nukah, which means sex. Everything in this cult is based on sexuality. This is why my coming book is going to be the first book speaking about Islam and sex ever written about this topic. Nobody before written a book about Islam and sex before, so my book will be the first. There's no family in Islam. Where is the family? Where in the Quran it says love your wife? And a religion encouraged to get more and more women. This religion cannot be about love. A man, he can love a woman. He don't love women. Otherwise, the rest is just sex. Even heaven of Islam, where is love? The man in Islam, he will go to heaven. Allah will give him 80,000 female for sex. He don't even know their names. He never met them, but yet he's going to have sex with all of them. Where is love? There's no love. It's lust of sex. Islam is a pure sex religion. That's what you will see in my coming book, which is going to be ready maybe in a week from now. You see, the teaching of Christ is a 1 million degree far away from Islam. The teaching of Christ that when you marry a woman, and this is the same teaching of the Old Testament, when a man and a woman they get married, they will become echad, they become one. So in Christianity, marriage is beyond partnership. It's not a partnership between a male and female to live together. No, it's unity. Islam, it's not a unity, it's a corporation. But this corporation, the women there, they have no shares. The whole corporation is owned by the male guy. Do you understand me? In Christianity, there's a real marriage because the marriage is unity. That's why it's called marriage. We merge together. So it's a unity, and unity by God, not just by us. In Islam, there's no marriage. It's a contract, and you as a woman work for the male, and he can kick you out anytime. You can go right now, search in Google, you will find that Muslims even allowed to divorce their wives by sending text message. You do not even need to call you. It's halal. He can send a text message, and you are working in the kitchen cooking for him some food, and then you get the text message saying you are divorced. I don't want to see you no more. That's it. The contract is over. You are not a wife. He just fired you. You are fired. You are fired. For this is not a marriage. This is just a sex contract between a male and female, and the female, she have a duty to give him babies, to wash his dishes, to open her legs for him, and that's the truth. It's ugly, but people don't want to say it. When you are young, he buy you gifts, he spoil you. You get a little bit older, he go and get a brand new wife, 0 mileage, skinny, young, beautiful, and he dumped the older one. This is the truth. Muslims, they replace their wives more than replacing their cars. And he would say loud and clear, it's my right. The Quran allowed me. What's wrong? They would say to him, why you want to marry a new woman, man? Why not? Is it haram? No. So he will shout at you. He will, Islam made the Muslims men don't feel guilty about doing such a very bad, ugly behavior, because it's not even moral to do so. This woman, she was with you all her life, being nice to you, serving you, and now because she got older, you replace her with a new one. What is the morality here? So Islam is anti-morality, anti-logic, and this is why Islamic families is the most disturbed, destroyed family. They didn't have a family. Too many kids, but they hate each other because many women, many mothers, and they hate each other and they spread hate between the brothers. There is no marriage. And this is why if you are a Christian woman, when you marry, you should find a man, not a person who go to church, a person who believe in the teaching of Christ. Otherwise he will divorce you tomorrow. Same for you as a man. You don't go and find a woman just because she go to the church you think she's a Christian. You find a woman she believe in the teaching of Christ. Otherwise the first fight you have with her, she have with you, you go for a divorce. I remember once someone, she asked me that she is going to get married. She said to me, can you sit with this guy, and you know, I know you can inspire him, maybe you can help me to make a decision. She is not sure. So I sat with him, you know, this guy, he looked nice, etc. You know, I mean, sound nice, funny, blah blah. We start talking. I said to him, well, just you guys be sure that's this is what you want, because marriage is not a joke, right? So look what he said to me. He said to me, I'm not worried about it. This is why divorces exist. I said, what? This guy is thinking about divorcing the women before he marry her. He said, if we don't match. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, this is what divorce is for, right? If we don't fit, we divorce. So I called this girl. I told her, don't ever marry this guy. She said, why? He said, he divorced you before he married you. She did not understand. I said, he told me this. She said, so do you think this is bad? I said, yeah. This guy, he will divorce you next week. You go with him, because you know, when two people live together, there's no way they will be always in a perfect match. You might have an argument. You don't have agree. Sometimes things is up. Sometimes it's time. You know, marriage is not just you know, we go and have sex together. And this is exactly what happened. This guy, she did not marry him. He married a different girl, and less than 6 months after he divorced her. So for us as a Christians, we have to be careful. Marry what the person believe in before you marry the person. Check, talk. Don't make it as an investigation. People, they speak and they say to you who they are really without knowing. Be smart. Let the person tell you what he believe in. What do you think about this guy divorcing this guy, this woman? Huh? Let us see what he will say. Hear his opinion, because that means he will tell you what he himself would do to you if you have the same problem. So for us as a Christians, we should focus that marriage is about we live together under God, not have sex together and just sleep together and have babies. This is this thing the animals can do, not a big deal. So you have to be careful always, and you have to be smart. You have to choose a person you can listen to and you don't get bored from listening to. This is very important. People, they focus on the look. A person, he look good, but trust me, this look tomorrow is going to be normal for you. He look good today, okay, but after being with him for a month or two, the look will be normal. The same for the women. So you better to look for something will not change. Something will grow, will not shrink, because beauty shrink. Today you are handsome, tomorrow you are not. You will get older. Same for you as a female. Today you are beautiful, tomorrow you are not. So if the man, he love you for your beauty and you love the man for his handsome, then both of you will divorce. So you better you love each other for something more important than the look. Something will not change, and that is the value and the intelligence, because intelligence grow. You see, everything die except intelligence, because the more you live, the more you learn, the more you become wise. So look for a wise man and a wise woman. You marry a stupid man, tomorrow he will not be a wise man. He might be still stupid too, because you married him from the beginning stupid. Wisdom is very important for a success in life, and the wise man is the one who goes with God, not the one who says to God, follow me. So be careful. I'm not your family consultant here. I'm just sharing with you how, you know, what the mistakes people do in their life. When they choose as if they are going for shopping. You know, like if you go to dating website, profile, okay, this woman, she look pretty, okay, let me talk to her. This guy, he look handsome, let me talk to him. But I mean, this is all will not function later. All of this will be gone. When you live together, life is different. What you think is handsome, he might turn be very ugly because of his behavior. Which one is better for you? Someone who is not good looking, but he never hurt you, he never say bad word to you, he's very nice to you, he's very supportive, he is very caring, he's very loving, or someone he is good looking, each time you say something he hurt your feeling and he dump rocks on top of your head all day long. Be smart. You better love the one who loves you better than loving the one you love. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Do we have any Muslim here? Do we have anyone? But you know, I find that most of people, they are not mature. Most of people, they are like kids. You know, kids, the kids, when they go and get a Barbie, they grab the Barbie, they are so busy with it for 2 hours, and then after they have the Barbie, they throw it away. This is why when women, she offer herself to a man and she sleep with him before marriage, you know, he loses his interest. I mean, I got what she have. Why want to marry her? Let me go and find someone else. So because this became a normal thing to happen, you will find people, they are not getting into marriage. Because why I want to be, you know, holding myself to one person if I can have every day a new girl? And then the girl, all the girls, those girls, they will be suffering too, because it's going to be very hard for them to find a man is really looking for a marriage and real family. All what they want is just to go to your panty. But it's not the fault of the man. You encourage them to do that because you became so easy and so cheap. If everyone can grab you, then why they will not grab you? You see, you might notice that these days men, they are interested of women wearing more clothes, not a woman showing her bum, because you showed everything. You are cheap. The more you reveal, especially if this guy, he'd have no feeling for you. I mean, like, let us say this person, he love you already. I mean, what doesn't matter what he do, he love you. But if or he care for you. But if you are just a girl walking by and you are wearing short skirt and etc. and showing you are just a breast and legs for him. You are not even a woman. He will look at you exactly as Muhammad he look at women. You are nothing but legs and boobs. So if you want to be treated really as a lady, dress like a lady, act like a lady, be a lady. Don't be a cheap woman who go to nightclub with short skirt where everybody can see her panty. That is not a good image, and nobody will respect you for that image. I know many people will not like that, but this is your business. I just share with you what I believe. Right? once I heard in a radio station in USA something I was like surprised to hear, because I thought in USA they don't have like such a idea. So I learned from that station, they said a woman, she called and she said, if you can't get the milk for free, why you want to buy a cow? I mean, are you stupid? So because women these days, sadly, they've been taught that it is more cool if you sleep around. They make fun of somebody if she is a virgin. Then all of you are going to lose your ground, because men, they will just get what you offer. Why do you want to be responsible for having a family? You see, always people, they take the devil side. They think it is the nice way of life. The devil side is, I don't have a commitment to anyone. I do whatever I wish, and I'm not going to be with one woman because all women are there. Why I want to be with one? This is exactly Islam. 4 women at the time. There's no love, just pure sex. And then or what Islam made different from the West is that Islam legalize group sex, legalize human trafficking, legalize abuse to women. In the West, women, they abuse themselves in different way, and men, they take advantage of those women. You go to nightclub, you get drunk, then you get raped, and then you wonder why you raped, or you wonder why a refugee did rape you. Well, you go to nightclub, you are wearing short skirt, almost your panty is coming off, your breast is coming off, and you are drunk, and that will make him have an idea that you are just a bad woman. So why he will not even think that you will be even upset even for that. He think you are just welcoming. Otherwise, why you are wearing those clothes? This is why you are giving the wrong idea. You come out from the bar at 3 a.m. in the morning, and there's a crazy sex maniac. He is waiting for you outside, and you wonder why you will be a victim of rape. You brought that to yourself. Street is empty, wearing the wrong clothes, drunk, very easy to take advantage of. You have no idea what's happening around you. You have to be careful. Life is full of wolves, and there are sheep. But you go and associate with the wolves. This is what the nightclub is. Nightclub is a place of wolves seeking sheep. What I expect if I go to a nightclub exactly? By the way, I'm not against people to go. Like if you want to have to watch a music band, this is not the case. If there's something good to watch, no problem. But nightclubs, the way it is, as I know it, it is a place where people go crazy, and it's like there's drug dealers, there's problems, people fight, people go crazy, women wearing almost no clothes. It is not a good atmosphere. So don't find a husband from the nightclub and expect him to be the good guy who want to sustain a relationship with you, because he will go where he belongs. He was, and he met you in the nightclub. Same for the man. Anyway, do we have any Abdul? I hope all of you will have a good family, and you will have a nice marriage, nice person who loves you and she loves you. But in order to reach that, you have to maintain certain things in your life. Garbage in, garbage out, my friend. Don't bring garbage to your life, otherwise nothing will come out good, right? Don't look for a wife in the nightclub, and don't marry a person just because he go to church too. Examine the value, examine the mindset, examine what this person is about, examine how evil, how good he is, because every one of us have a side which is an evil side. Everybody. Try to find where is the wrong and where is the good and where is the bad and which one is winning. All right. Hello.
Hello, brother.
Hey, my friend, how are you?
I'm fine, praise the Lord.
I'm into that.
I got I learned a lot from you, and I just want to say thank you very much, because you really opened my eyes in every direction. Because when you talk about marriage, I used to think that I may marry 2 or more wives, and I realized that it was pervert thinking. And now I see that marriage in Christianity is a covenant, and previously it was contract. I realize now. I will prepare these questions maybe tomorrow or something, and I may ask you so that I can have reference for those questions.
No
Just
problem.
for further clarification, not
Anytime, my friend.
and
You can call me. I will be
yeah,
happy
yeah,
to answer.
yeah, and I just want to thank you that because you are opening many people's eyes, because for people, those who have heart, good heart, and those who want to know the truth, they can come here and see and understand what's Islam all about, and they can see that, because I learned. I never thought Islam was this way. I never, ever, ever. I see that I knew nothing about Islam, because as you see, a poison and a big food festival, just like some tiny poison can spoil
Right.
lots of foods. It's just like that, because it's giving charity. You help the poor, and everything. You do that. And also today, when we sneeze, I never knew that you sneeze and you say Yarhamkallah. I didn't know it was from those words. I just said it.
Yeah, you do not know what is behind this
Of
stupidity.
course, I never knew that, because every time when someone sneezes, you say Yarhamkallah, and the other person say Yahdina Yahtakumullah, and
Right.
that was the reply. And
Yeah,
but now
most of people, you know,
I realize what's behind.
you yourself, as a person who used to be Muslim,
Yeah,
you know, always you just, you know, learn things by, like, you know, through the time you grow as a child, and you keep repeating it too. But most of things we learned, we don't ask ourselves why we are even saying that, you know, like, what the point. But once I was in university.
okay.
And my teacher, who is a PhD doctor with long beard, is a sheikh. So he said that in here, if you want to ask a question, always the question have to come in a manner of respect. Don't say a bad language. And then I asked him a question, and he said to me in Arabic, he said to me, هذا السؤال مسخرة. All right. So I said to him,
Yeah.
I thought you said we should not use a bad language. He said, I did not use a bad language. I said, you did. He said, when? You know what maskhara mean?
It's just مبخرة ولا
maskhara.
what does it mean?
Well, you know, the fact, because he's an idiot, he did not know that it is two words are hooked up together. مسه الخراء. مسخرة. مسخرة. You see what it is? But most of people, they say it, but they don't know what it is. It's just a figure of speech. You say it without knowing what it's mean, which mean okay, you are saying something rubbish supposedly, but this is not what it is.
Yeah,
you are saying literally touching shit. You know, this is what it says. So I said to him, what you just said to me, you said maskhara. It is massahul khara. He said, I never thought about it. I said, he is the doctor. He have a PhD. He have a PhD in he have a PhD in Arabic. He have 2 masters in Islam, and yet he never thought about it. So this is the difference between someone he think and someone he just receive, but without thinking. You know. So we have to think always about what people say, the roots of language, and the Quran always avoid looking for the roots of things.
Yeah, of course. Now my eyes are opened, and I'm just reading things in Arabic, and that even I found more things that is unbelievable. I don't know who blinded my eyes, but I realized that through Lord Jesus, He opened my eyes, and I really thank that He sent you, because when you speak recently earlier tonight, God is with you. I see that the Holy Spirit is with you. He's working in you, because you do not try to hide anything, because you just translate what is written in Arabic as it is. But people do not understand. They might think that you're using bad words, and I know you are not using bad words, but you're just translating the word as it is. I understand you. And it's really amazing. Even I never knew all these hadiths are in the Bukhari and the Sahih Muslim, because I see that it is extra filtered, because our families and everyone, they told us the extra filtered hadith.
Right.
You do just like you do Hajj, you do Umrah, you support your team, poor people, faqirs, and others. You do support. There are good things, but the good things are out of 99%. And actually, there is no such thing called support the poor. It says it's the people that who lost their father and mother. It talks about
the orphan. Yeah, this is
orphans.
You support them by sleeping, by sleeping with them. By sleeping with them. You know.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of supporting the poor, the orphan, by sleeping with them? I mean, I will not feed you unless I sleep with you. With you. I mean, that's disgusting. You know.
Yeah.
Islam forbid adoption, which is very merciful thing, beautiful thing a human being can do, because adopting a son who is an orphan is the best thing can happen to the son. He don't have a family, you know. Now we can get him someone who will consider him as a son, and he might be even better than his own family. I know. When I was in the army, I met with a guy. He wasn't from South America, so he have a dark skin, you know. And then he invited me to his house to meet his parents. When I went there, it was two individual. They are old and they are redhead, so I could not get it. I mean, how he is black but they are blonde? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't say anything. And then he said to me, by the way, I am their adopted son. I said, really? I said, yeah. And now I understand. He said they were visiting South America, and I was in the street homeless. I don't even have a panty on me. This is how poor he is, you know. He was just a kid. He is like 1 year old. So they went to the authority and they asked them to adopt. They made the paper. The embassy approved, and they brought me here, and they did everything they can do in their life to make me something. And now I am an officer in the army. I mean, imagine, they brought him as a child homeless in South America. He have no clothes on, and now he is an officer in the USA Army. And he said, therefore, they never ever did something wrong to me. They are the most amazing. I do not know who's my parents. He never met his parents, you know. He don't know them. His mother, she dumped him in the street. She delivered him. She dumped him, and since then, he just sleep in the roads, you know, eat from the garbage, etc. So he said those parents are the most beautiful thing happened to me all my life. So Muhammad, he forbid even adoption just because he want to have a woman in his bed.
Adoption was experienced by pre-pagan periods, because by the time of Quraysh, they used to adopt sons.
Yeah, you see,
but later on, after his match, Zainab bint Jahsh.
Right, but the funny, remember,
that was forbidden in Quran.
Yeah, the funny, remember, they say that the Arab before Islam, they were bad. But the Arab before Islam, they adopt children. How they are bad then? Islam is the one who forbid. So, and look how Muhammad, how hypocrite he is. He forbid adoption, but then he come with an idea that a woman, if she gave her boobs to a stranger and she sucked from her, you know, he's like lawful for her. So let's say he became like a family. Or the idea of if you suckle a child, how you say you are against adoption, and then if a woman she suckled a child, she became like his mother. Isn't this adoption?
Yeah, that is adoption. Even a woman who suckled Muhammad was not his mother. If you remember Amina.
Yeah, Amina.
Yeah, she suckled him.
Yeah.
And why he prohibited adoption later, when after he took Zed's wife, I don't understand why it's prohibited. Even everything now, what I see that it's all about the reverse. Alcohol is prohibited here. It is allowed in heaven. Why? We do not understand. It's everything because when you cannot answer in Islam, you say Wallahu alam.
Yeah, Allah knows best. That's the best answer.
It's now I understand why.
You know, I wish
used to say
I
Wallahu
wish
alam.
I wish this
understand.
answer. I wish once I have an exam, Sharia law exam, and it was about the question of inheritance. All right. So
Okay, yeah.
I wrote all the answer, which is based on etc. But the answer was not an answer. I said to him, "This is impossible to divide the money." It is about like a guy who died. He have a wife, he have a mother, he have a daughter, 2 daughters, 3 daughters. He have a son, he have a sister. Now who is going to inherit and what they will inherit? But this is based on the Quran, and it's impossible to divide. So I said this is impossible to divide, and Allah knows best. So the doctor, he said to me, this guy is the only one who gave us the correct answer. I was thinking I thought I would get 0. Honestly, I thought I would get 0. You know, I thought I would get 0 because it's impossible. So everybody was working hard to make numbers, except me. I did not give any numbers, and I said this is impossible to solve. But I did not say because the Quran is stupid. You know, you have to maintain your language. So I said this is impossible to, otherwise he will give me 0 all the way to, and I will never graduate. So I said this is impossible to solve, and Allah knows best. This is the answer they like. So he said this is exactly the correct answer. Allah knows best. He said in sometime in our religion, there is a questions they have no answers. So what is the answer? Allah knows best. So thank you. You got the full grade. I was making fun. I was making fun. I wasn't answering.
Now I read Angel. I almost read many hours a day the Gospel. I finished the 4 Gospel. Actually, I finished New Testament many times after I accept Jesus. And it's wonderful teaching. Because I've been told that someone told me that do not read the Gospel before I meet you because it will attract your heart and you may be converted. Now I understand why. Because there are peaceful verses, there are loving verses. Someone can learn a lot from him. Actually, if a person follows the teaching of the Messiah, he can be a peaceful person.
It's different right away. You know, you see.
Of course, it's clear. It's mubin. The Bible is mubin. You cannot, if let's say that 2 people that has no religion, you give them Bible and the Quran, the person will definitely understand the Bible. But the Quran, you need to have someone who can explain to you. Let's say that one verse. Let's say Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. If someone don't let you know that verse or explain to you, you do not understand, even if you know.
And even if you explain to you what you explain, there's nothing, because the Muslim they don't agree about the meaning. What is the Kawthar? Everyone is give you different answer.
Different answer. You go to one shaykh.
Can be a river, of sperm. It can be a river. It can be a star. It can be what what is that? Everybody guess. They guess.
Yeah, they will guess. Yes. Yeah. You go to the one sheikh. He will give you another translation, and the other sheikh, he will give you another thing, and then at last you conclude Allahu Alam.
Yeah, you know, Islam is the same as an office of the government in a third world country, where every officer give you a different answer.
Yeah.
You think you are going to immigration. Let us say you go to the immigration, you say to them, how long I can stay in the country? So one he said to you 30 days. The other one he said to you 3 months. The other one he said to you 1 year. And then all of them, they work for the same government. So why everyone have a different answer? This is exactly what Islam is about, because none of them.
Yeah. You know what happened the first day I quit Salah? I thought I was gonna die. I know that I was light and I was full. Then to the contrary, I got peace in mind. I felt peace. I felt peace in my heart.
Yeah.
Because I prayed that morning. I remember that by the time Waqt Fajr, I bowed down before the Lord and I prayed, and He gave me peace. And now I am a man of peace. I have peace. Even people ask me, I am a really changed person.
Yeah, for sure.
Even I didn't say anything, but people are asking me.
Right.
You have changed nature, because they know that I've been trying to debate Christians. Actually, I read Bible for debate, not to understand. Just like You read from cover to cover, you do not understand. But you follow, especially there was a man named Ahmad Didat, he twisted everything. Yeah. Because he put his poison in the Islamic word that people do not understand. Even that's why we see now even many Muslims after knowing that there are so many unaccepted things in the hadith, in the Quran, when they left, they became an atheist. It was the reason, it was the poison that Ahmad Didat thought that things. He saw it in to the hearts of Muslim people. He saw that. But I really advise if the person who called you earlier, if he is in the room, I just want to tell him that I just want to encourage him, read the Gospel of Jesus Christ that gives peace, really internal peace. Even it has a spirit and a life. His words is not a mere word, just like he do. It's not just like al-qari'at wa al-qari'at. The word of God is real. It will touch your heart. It will change your mind, and it will make you a better person. Now I am a better person, and I have hope, and I know where I'm going, even if I die.
Amen to that. Thank you, my friend, for calling. Thank you.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, brother.
God bless you, and we are happy that you left Islam and you know the Lord. And peace He give us, and peace will be with us. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye bye.
God bless.
Bye bye.
Well, you know, that's the best thing about you know, knowing the Messiah. I think we have a Muslim trying to call. Let us see. Hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, Mr. Ibrahim. Is that Ken?
I wanted to apologize for the comment that I made during the last call. I wanted to apologize to you and your listeners.
No problem.
It certainly wasn't becoming of
So what do you want to say to us, Mr. Ken?
Well, I just wanted to mainly call to apologize for my choice of words, and I sincerely do apologize about that.
Did you decide? Did you decide?
A bit angry at that moment, and hadn't said anything like that in literally years at this point. And
no problem. No problem. No problem. I'm not angry from you. Ken. Trust me. I have nothing personal against you. For me, I want to share the truth, and that's all. Otherwise, I don't know you. You do not know me. So take it easy.
Sure.
Now, what do you think about what I said to you before? Did you check it out? Did you find it truthful, or I was lying to you?
Well, you know, I'm not certainly not in agreement with things that you say, by no means. Bear with me because my phone is ringing, but I'm gonna disregard it. Yeah, just like the topic that you're talking about today, I think you are being quite a bit hypocritical, and I don't argue with you.
Why? No, tell me why.
In a negative manner. I'd rather have a dialogue with you and have actual true conversation.
Okay, tell me why. Tell me why you are saying that. Why? What is wrong with what I said?
Well, in regards to the number of wives in Islam, first there's stipulations behind it, but I think that you also.
What is behind it? Tell me. Okay, tell me what is behind it. What is behind it?
Well, we'll get to that in a second, but I want to point out the fact that in the Bible, the Prophet Ibrahim, peace and blessings be upon him, he had 3 wives.
How many? Okay.
Solomon had 1,000 wives.
Okay.
Jacob had
why Ibrahim he have why Ibrahim he marry more than one wife? Why he have more than one wife? What was the purpose?
He had 3 wives. He actually had 3 wives.
Why he marry more than one wife? Why?
Well, it's no different.
What? No, what do you mean no different? No, hold on. There's a huge difference between God. I made a verse and say God told me go and marry 2 or 3 and 4, and me because I have a desire for something like to have a kid, and I marry the second one because the first one is not giving me the kid. This was his private opinion, not God saying to him go and marry. Now you're a prophet.
How many wives did?
You're a prophet. You're a prophet. You're a prophet. He make it legitimate for him not only to marry more than what he told the Muslims. He told them to marry 4, right? He don't even want to follow his own God law. So you say to them marry 4, but you marry unlimited number. Isn't it this is hypocrisy?
there's a reason for it.
What is the reason? What is the reason? Tell us. What is the reason?
I'll explain.
What is the reason?
Well, during the period of Jahiliyyah, for one, I want to correct something that you did say.
What?
In regards to how women were treated and how children were treated. For one, the newborn female infant.
That's false.
Buried alive.
That's false. That's false.
That is not
That's
false.
false.
That is actually
okay. If this is true, okay, hold on. If this is true, can you prove it to us?
What your listeners can do is
can you prove it to me? No, I know what the Muslims say. This is false, my friend. The Quran verse says, "Wa is al-maw'uda su'ilat." Maw'uda is the spirit of the person who died. The person who died, who was killed. Why you are killed? So this is about the judgment. They will Allah supposedly will ask the person who is honest and he was killed. Why you been killed? Have nothing to do with the female. Otherwise, let me ask you. Did the father of Khadija bury her, or she was a businesswoman?
She was absolute businesswoman. It didn't say that every female infant was buried alive.
Okay, so what do you mean everyone? Not everybody. But can you give an example?
During the period of Jahiliyyah, the women were actually viewed as sex slaves.
Okay, hold on.
They could be seen. Go ahead.
Did Muhammad own sex slaves?
There were sex slaves. The women were sex slaves.
Did Muhammad own? No, this is not true. This is not true. This is not true. The women in Jahiliyyah, the women before Islam used to marry more than one man. She is the boss. And your prophet used to work for a woman, and she is the boss.
No. That was a very out of the ordinary set of circumstances.
What do you mean? What do you mean out of ordinary? This is false. This is false. Your prophet, you're a prophet. He used to hide from his uncle wife, not from the uncle. The uncle wife is more strong than the uncle because she is the boss. So you're a prophet. He used to hide from her. She used to go after him and sing for him and make fun of him. She was the boss. She is not a sex slave. Name for me one sex slave is exist in the time of Muhammad you can remember. Can you remember?
I can't name you any sex slaves in the time.
So why you are saying there are sex slaves if there is none? None of them was sex slaves. This is false, my friend. This is false. Islam makes us slaves. Let me ask you. Did Muhammad receive gifts for sex? Did Muhammad receive gifts, women for sex?
I don't know anything about that.
Who is Mary?
What I'm talking about is
who is Mary the Copt? Was she a gift?
Yeah.
I did not hear you. Who is Mary the Copt? Was she a gift or no?
To the status of women.
Was she a gift? Was she a gift?
I didn't. You was breaking up on me. I don't understand.
I said Mary the Copt. Was she a gift given to Muhammad? Was she a gift? Did he receive her as a gift? And he accept the gift? She is a slave, yes or no? Do you hear me? Hello? Hello?
I'm not telling for some reason this.
Yeah, you are using many. You need to close your applications. I'm asking you, was Mary the Copt a gift was given to your prophet, yes or no? And he accept the gift. Yeah, no. You see, when a Muslim he tried to defend, he fabricates stuff. Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. So did your prophet
coming in and out?
Yeah, no problem. Did your prophet receive women as gift and he accept the gift, yes or no?
I don't know anything about that.
You never heard of Mary? You never heard of Mary? You never heard of Mary the Copt? You never heard?
I have no knowledge of that. So I don't.
Okay, hold on. So you told me before that you are an imam in the mosque and you teach the Muslims, but you never heard about Mary the Copt.
I have no knowledge of that right there. No, I do not.
Never. Okay, what about Safiya? Was she a woman get raped by your prophet in the same day he killed her family?
The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ did not rape any woman. No,
what do you mean? The story? I can show you the story right now. Do you want to show you?
I know what story you're talking about.
Do you want? No, you do not know the story. You just said he did not rape anyone. You just said he did not rape anyone. The man he killed her family in the same day he raped her. Yes or no? Are you saying to me? Are you saying to me? Are you saying to me that this woman, after he killed her father and her brother, She is willingly in the same day before even they arrived to Mecca. She took off her panty and she slept with the Prophet. Are you saying that?
I didn't say anything like that. You just said all that.
So the story says that. The story says that Muhammad, after he killed her tribe, he took her and then they make a tent in the way, and then in the tent he slept with her and he raped her. And there's a guy who was guarding the Prophet. The Prophet, he went out. He said, "Why you are here?" He said, "I was aware. I was worried. You killed her father. You killed her brother. You killed her husband. You killed her tribe. You killed her family. I was worried she would do something wrong to you." The Prophet smiled. So what do you call that? The same day he killed her family. Do you think a woman, she will sleep with the man? You killed her family and your husband, and she was a bride. Do you think this is true?
In Islam,
don't tell me in Islam. Don't tell me in Islam. You see, Ken, this is why I don't like to talk to you. You talk like a kid. I'm asking you, is that a true story or not? I can show you the hadith right now.
I'll talk like a kid, and you haven't even let me.
You're not answering. You're not answering.
So,
we're talking about the fact. Answer me about the fact. Don't tell me in Islam. I'm giving you a story. I'm giving you a story from your reference. Listen. I like to talk to adult. Is this a story written in the hadith?
I'm 47 years old.
Is this a story written in the hadith? Is it fabricated or true story?
Listen. Okay.
Don't tell me listen. I want an answer. I answer first. Is this a story in the hadith written by you Muslims? No, I want you to answer me. I want you to answer me. I don't care if you get upset or not. That's not my business. You can get upset. Now answer me. Is this a story in the hadith? Is it a true story or fabrication from the Muslims?
It's not the way you're explaining it. No, sir.
Okay, you explain the story for me.
It's not the way.
Okay, you explain it for me. Go ahead. What happened? Did he rape her in the same day?
In Islam.
Don't tell me in Islam. Don't tell me in Islam. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear in Islam because you know nothing about Islam. You just told me you never heard of Mary the Copt. I never heard of somebody. He claimed to be a Muslim. He never heard of someone. Her name is Mary the Copt.
Okay. And I never heard of.
So now don't tell me. Don't tell me in Islam. Don't tell me in Islam. Then tell me about the story in the hadith. Have you ever heard the story before?
I know of the story in the
okay hadith. Read the story for me. I accuse you. You see, I'm not calling names. I accuse you to be a liar. Otherwise, tell me the story. Which hadith we can find, which book? Do you know?
Look,
do you know of which book of hadith? Do you know which book of hadith? Doesn't you said you know? Now you do not know. Here we go. Now he don't know, guys. Do you see? He is not expert. Now he is not expert, but he will tell me about in Islam. How you know about Islam, but you are not expert? So who are you?
I'm someone that can answer every question that you pose.
How you can answer, but you told me I'm not expert. You just told me I'm not expert. So you are. You are. Listen. You are the expert. You are the expert who have no answer. Is that what you are saying?
I didn't say. No, I'm not an expert.
Okay, then answer me. Which book of hadith? And what is the story saying? Read it for me.
As long as Jahiliyyah, the women were viewed as sex slaves.
Listen, don't tell me about Jahiliyyah now. This is your prophet. He is the Jahiliyyah himself. Answer me. Why your prophet raped Safiya in the same day? If you say this is not true, read the hadith for me. Prove me wrong.
He did not rape her in the same day.
Read the story for me. Read the story for me.
In Islam.
Don't tell me in Islam. Shut up. Shut up. Don't tell me in Islam. You do not know anything about Islam. I'm giving you a story. Read the story. Read the story. Read the story. This is the woman. Listen, Abdul. Listen, Abdul. Listen, Abdul. Listen, Abdul. Listen, Abdul. You are the one who I gave him a hadith about a man. About a man, he did beat his wife until her skin became a greener, and you are the one who said the prophet did not say intercourse, and then I got you busted. So he said to her, you have to have intercourse with him. So he allowed, okay, so he allowed rape, and you apologize for that. I understand. Now answer. What is the story? Then tell me the story. Don't tell me in Islam. I want you to repeat for me the story. Read for us the story. I'm listening. How your prophet, when the first day he slept with the women, her name is Safiya. I'm listening.
What you're doing is you're creating what's called a red herring.
Don't tell me, Mr. Red Herring.
You're giving a
Mr. Red Herring. You are a Kojak. You don't even have hair to make red herring for you. Now answer. Read the story for me. Don't waste your time and my time. What about read the story? Go right away to the business. Read the story for us.
Prophet Muhammad was
read the story for us. Read the story for us. Can you?
I don't have the hadith up. I'm just looking at my laptop.
Okay, in the hadith, I will help you. In that hadith, what do you know about it? What do you know about the hadith?
her husband and her father were killed in the battle.
Which battle?
Because she is now, I don't remember the name of that particular battle.
Ah, you don't remember.
But because so that's irrelevant. Because there was a battle, her husband and her father were killed.
Okay, listen, I don't have time for kids. I don't have time for kids. You see, this is why I don't like to talk to you, and this is why you keep changing your name, making fake names, because you are fake. Listen, this is the hadith in front of me. This is the story in front of me. You are the one get intimidated. You are a joke. You do not know. You said to me, I am a Muslim. I never heard of this. I never heard of this. But yet you claim to be a Muslim. You are not a Muslim. You are a shish kebab. Read with me. Read with me. قال ابن إسحاق ولما أعرس رسول الله. Listen, let me get you busted as always. ولما أعرس shut up. ولما أعرس رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بصفية بخيبر أو ببعض الطريق. He did rape her in Khaybar, or maybe in the way after he take her. Read with me. It's in front of your eyes. So why you did lie to me? He says he did not rape her there. The mic is yours. Why you did lie to me? You said you know the hadith in front of us. Why you said he did not rape her there? Why you did lie? Why you did lie? It's in front of me. It says he raped her there in Khaybar.
Look, listen. Listen.
I don't want to listen. I got you busted. Why you did lie? Why you did lie? Listen, stupid. Why you did lie saying to me he did not rape her there when the hadith in front of us says he did? Why you are lying? I'm showing it in the screen. Everybody can see it.
That's fine.
So
that's fine.
So why you are lying? Why you are saying I did him not?
I'm not lying about anything.
It's in front of you.
Right.
That's mean you are lying. That's mean you are lying. That's mean
what they're saying.
What do you mean doesn't matter? What do you mean doesn't matter? What do you mean doesn't matter? This is Islam.
It's known.
This is Islam. Shut up, man. Don't call me again. Listen, you are just a kid. You are just a kid. You are stupid. I don't have time to waste with you. It doesn't matter what they say there. It doesn't matter. I am not expert with the hadith that I can answer you about anything. I can answer you about anything. I can answer you about anything. But I never heard of this before. I know this hadith. Yeah, okay, read the hadith for us. I do not have it now. Okay, the hadith in front of you now on the screen. It doesn't matter what it says there. What do you mean it doesn't matter? It says that he did rape her in Khaybar, in the town. And it says here, وَبَاتَ أَبُو أَيُّوب Khalid ibn Yazid. And Abu Ayyub, he slept in the door of the tent. أخو بني النجار, the brother of Bani Najjar. متوشحا بسيفه. He is holding his sword all night next to the tent of Muhammad. يحرس رسول الله, guarding the Prophet of Allah. ويطيف بالقبة, and going around it until the Prophet wake up in the morning. Then the Prophet, he said to him when he saw him, what's wrong with Abu Ayyub? Why you are here? He said, oh Rasulullah, I was afraid from this woman, she would do harm to you. It is a woman. You killed her father and her husband and her tribe, and she is just still a kafir. So I'm afraid on you from her. She will kill him because, you know, he killed her family. He's afraid he's going to kill him. Maybe when he sleep. And this guy, he said he did not rape her. He did not rape her. The way it said, it doesn't matter what it says. It doesn't rape her. It's in front of us, and this is your Islamic website, and this is your Islamic reference, and this is your Islamic book,